Hello everybody, today I'm going to be telling you all about the Tamron new macro lens. It is the 90mm f2.8 III VXD and it is specifically designed for macro. It comes in both Sony E mount and Nikon Z mount, and it offers a 1:1 macro image when working at a distance of around 4 inches away from the end of the lens. This is the third iteration in Tamron's 90mm f2.8 macro lenses, and the reason they've managed to get a third iteration is because they are widely popular. They found themselves into an awful lot of kit bags, and that's largely because they balanced having a nice lightweight lens, having a very appealing and affordable price, but of course also having wonderful performance and top-notch sharpness. And I'm pleased to say that this new one is very much similar. It's extremely sharp all the way across the image. It actually has quite like a flat plane of focus, so even the outer edges are going to look really nice. It's extremely quick, coming in at an f2.8 aperture, of course letting in lots of light, meaning you can shoot in darker lit situations or of course higher shutter speeds, but also having that nice depth of field to it so that you can really isolate your subject and just have a very small amount of the image in focus. One thing to note about this Tamron is that it does have autofocus as well, which actually quite a lot of macro lenses don't have AF. And you might be wondering, well, is that really that useful, George? Because most of the time when people shoot macro photography, they're using manual focus. And of course, this is true. But let's say you're in a situation where you're shooting like a macro shot of something that might move. So let's say an insect. It's very easy for that insect to move an extremely minute amount, which you might not be able to see very easily with the naked eye or even in the back of the camera screen. Then you know that the autofocus on the lens is something you can rely upon. Of course, that autofocus doesn't just mean that it's good for macro though, because one of the other uses for this lens, in my opinion, and actually the two previous iteration of lenses as well, this is also true of, they're quite nice for portraiture. 90mm f2.8, you can imagine it's quite a nice length for portrait. You're going to get a nice amount of compression. f2.8 is going to be enough to throw out the background. So for me, it's not just a macro lens. It does have a few other uses. And of course, that AF is going to come in beautifully when shooting portraiture. Whilst we're on the subject of focus, one thing it has, which I absolutely adore, and I think is a near essential in macro lenses, is a focus limiter. A focus limiter does exactly that. It limits the plane of focus into the certain parameters which it's set to. This means that if I know I'm going to be photographing a subject within a certain distance away, it ensures that the focus cannot go outside of that region. This means that whether you're using auto or manual focus, it ensures that the focus will remain in the correct parameters rather than going all the way to infinity, even though I want to shoot the thing right in front of me. That focus limiter also has actually 3 settings, whereas a lot of macro lenses that I've used in the past only have 2 settings. So again, I like that. It's so nice to have a little bit more control. The more precision and more control you give me, especially when you're doing something as painstakingly specific as macro photography, is wonderful because it's such a difficult genre of photography and you need to be quite meticulous about it. So just having those tools to help you do so is superb. When it comes to size and weight, it's a very compact lens and it actually weighs very little, coming in at 630 grams. It of course has a really nice minimum focus, that being a macro lens, I'd be a bit worried if it didn't, coming in at 23 centimeters. So of course that's extremely close. You're going to get some really nice big images there. But I've left the best bit of this review till last, and that's because it comes in at around £600, which for a macro lens of this quality is, in my opinion, ridiculously cheap. I think you're getting really good bang for your buck, and I think that's actually the reason we're going to see it in so many kit bags. It's part of the reason that we've seen so many of the previous iteration in so many kit bags, is because you're getting a top quality lens for a very, very affordable price. Unfortunately, this is just a first look, so we're hoping to get this lens back in so that we can do more detailed testing on it for you, but we just wanted to make a quick video to let you guys know what we think about this 90mm macro. But pop a comment down below and let us know what you think too. Thanks, and have a nice day.